Oh shit, there's demonic possession. I mean, I don't know.
Bloody
It's Dr. Gerbil's
pentagram jump scare.
world. It's Dr. Gerbil's world.
Thanks for that. Anyway, welcome back to Duke 2016. Now we're in the lower part of Lazarus Labs. And hey, look at that, there's the stone.
Make us whole.
Oh hey, look at that, there's the stone. And there's some stairs underneath. Thanks game.
Where's Isaac Clarke? Where's Isaac Clarke when we need him?
Hey, he's still in space. Dead.
Yeah.
And then they brought him
tempted.
back to life.
I'm actually tempted to pick up the Dead Space remake. Because
I
it
need
goes
to,
for pretty
too.
cheap nowadays.
I need to also, because I've heard very good things about it.
It's
Yeah, it is.
The gate will be open.
Callisto Protocol has tried to be a spiritual successor to Dead Space, and it failed miserably.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest, a part of me feels kind of bad for EA because it's a pretty good remake, but for whatever reason, it's on sale right now for 75% off. And let it show you how odd it is that someone, it doesn't matter who, that someone is out there feeling bad for EA.
I mean, I'm not to jinx it or anything, but I never really heard like anything like bad coming from like EA nowadays. Like they've actually starting to like wise up after all the shit that they've done, which doesn't really change anything.
Well, I mean, companies fuck up all the time. It's how they handle the fuck ups that shows them the kind of company they are.
Yeah.
Which is kind of something that
EA
well, I do feel like that's pretty important. But I should also mention that, being honest, I was never really too big into the hatred surrounding EA. Not to say that they don't deserve it. They definitely did some scummy things, and the only company out there that has EA beaten when it comes to their burial ground, so to speak, is Google.
Yeah, Google is very much on par with
EA.
EA when it comes to like killing companies
Well,
and things.
well, Google kills projects. EA kills
EA
their
kills
subsidiaries, their companies.
EA kills
Studios,
companies.
yeah.
I mean, like every like corporation kills companies, but EA kills.
Yeah.
But like EA, Activision, and Sony are like those that come to mind of when it comes to like doing the most damage.
Yeah, I mean, it's still ridiculous how much damage got done to Sony in 2 weeks.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But no, I recall like back in 2019, I was already kind of getting kind of vocal in my opinion that Activision is worse than EA. And to be fair, this was also around the time that they were doing their the old Crash Team Racing Nitro Fuel debacle came out, and I don't think that EA. I mean, don't get me wrong. They likely still do micropayments, but I do really believe that they learned from like Star Wars Battlefront 2, and I think it's a damn shame that I didn't experience the game when it had its peak. Because I'm hearing I heard a lot of really great things about it once they settled down on the micropayments.
I mean, you could say the same for like Cyberpunk 2077.
Well, yeah, but that Cyberpunk 2077 was done by an actually somewhat competent studio that stands behind their customers.
And was rushed and has now actually improved, gotten more decent improvements.
And they almost got fucked over by the Polish government.
Yep.
I'm still not a fan of rushing your project to meet deadlines.
No one is. SG.
But at the same time, you do have to understand how many times Cyberpunk got delayed, and the people were getting antsy about it. I always feel like you should be taking the extra time to polish up your project, but I totally understand why companies, would rush it. because they do need to make money, and well, I don't know how big the Witcher 3 pot was.
Look,
I don't know.
I think so. I think more like I think more. It's really just like. It's less like it's less like gamers being all like impatient that it's not coming out, and more like the higher ups at CDP are getting impatient. Not the
and shareholders. Cannot forget about those.
Well, that's a given, really.
Yeah.
So you really know what to expect when it comes to shareholders. So that doesn't need to be mentioned.
Yeah, to be fair, I feel like the market would be a lot better if gamers became shareholders. Like you, go buy CD Projekt Red stocks right now, not financial advice.
Okay, so you're telling them to pull a GameStop and buy a shitload of stock and just overinflate it, making it...
Hey, make no mistake, CD Projekt Red deserves to be worth more.
I mean, they're worth a lot more than GameStop, so...
I'm gonna be the odd man out right now. It disgusts me what GameStop's become. It really just makes me sad.
It's funny that you mentioned GameStop while we were just seeing Cack Demon War.
Or no, Coco Demons, according to you.
Screw you, Nate.
I'm gonna censor that, by the way. Actually, no, I'm not. Fuck that. I'll think about that.
No, we're 6 minutes in. You don't need to censor that.
No, I mean my full name. Or my name.
Oh.
Oh, I mean.
I thought you wanted us to call you by your name.
I've heard that's a good movie. I've never seen it. But yeah.
I prefer the Russian adaptation, Our Name.
But I think I'll have to leave it up to you guys whether
we'll talk about this between episodes.
We'll talk about if we want to reveal our actual names on the episodes, or if we just want our online names to be called from now on.
I've always been transparent about my name, so I don't really mind.
Yeah, because either
the biggest problem is that if I do start telling you guys to call me, Victor, it's not that it would be, oh no, you're doxing me by telling people my real name. It would just feel weird. And that's kind of a given, and all it takes is to just at one point decide, from this moment on we're going to go with a first name basis. I don't know.
To me, first name basis by itself online isn't really a doxing thing. It's just more everything else alongside it. That's bad.
Yeah.
That being said, tell us your address and postal code. We'll send you. No, don't do that. Don't fucking do that. So anyway, there's a secret under this elevator thing, and it's a Praetor token. Don't know what to say. I'm really bad at this. Can you tell? I don't know why I'm on this channel.
Please send your fan mail to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue in Washington, D.C.
Send us your checks to the United States Treasury Department.
Please send all letters of complaint to 123 Fake Street.
That's an actual address, right?
I still love that fucking gag.
1234 Fake Street is a real address.
I also think there was a time when Homer put on a forum that his name was Elias Fakename.
I should mention, if whoever you are, if you live on 1234 Fake Street, we as a collective are very sorry.
Speak for yourself, motherfucker.
I am.
Oh yeah. Yeah, some of this. It is. Actually, Homer actually used that name. I never heard of that joke. I know 123 Fake Street because Trilogy of Errors is my favorite. Is one of my favorite episodes.
Yeah.
It was still kind of a weird episode. Like how
I
they,
still
how
enjoy
they...
it. There's so many good jokes.
Well,
like
it was a good episode. It's just the structure of it was kind of weird.
Yeah, like we see the Flanders' mailbox get taken for a trash can 3 times.
Well, you can also make the argument that that's running the joke into the ground.
True, but it's still funny, especially considering Ned's watching the thing.
Yeah.
I also just
part of me also enjoyed the episode that I think was a spoof of 24, where basically all the scenes were happening at the same time.
It was
within 24 hours, because that was a good show. I've heard 24
minutes. 24 minutes.
24 minutes. Jesus Christ! Of course.
Yeah, that's the episode name. It's a really good one.
Who owns 24?
Fox. Or technically, technically Disney, but yes.
That's why they were able to do that.
So if I want to watch it, I can watch it on Disney Plus.
Yes.
I'm checking on Disney Plus right now because I have it.
I should probably check it myself. Regional selection can be a bit different. And this is probably the part where we're gonna be hit with a... No, never mind. I managed to mute my TV in time.
Okay.
Or on time.
American Disney Plus has it.
And Canadian Disney Plus also has it. My parents used to love 24 when it was new.
Yeah, 24 is... Jesus, 24 is... That's 2001?
Mm-hmm.
And it ran for, like... That's a lot... Holy fuck, that's...
It ran for, like, 8 seasons.
Yeah.
From 2001 to, like, 2009, I think.
That's pretty impressive. Although, being honest, considering that it's from 2001, I'm probably not going to enjoy it that much because it's not 4K, and I enjoy 4K.
I mean, I have a 4K TV, but I still watch standard def shows on it because I don't give a shit. I want to watch what I want to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, no, 24 minutes is a really creative episode that they just took in which they just take the premise of a 24 episode and turned it into a shortened thing about hall monitors.
Yeah. It's pretty much one of the most Simpsons ways of doing something like that.
It is.
So I do gotta respect them for
especially the ending when Jack Bauer just bursts in to arrest Bart.
Did they get Kiefer Sutherland?
Yes, they got the actor who played Jack, and they also got the actress who plays the computer girl, because she also was part of a joke for that too.
I gotta be honest, I didn't watch a whole lot of Simpsons growing up because I was way too sheltered by what I was watching. Well, to be fair, I've sheltered myself from what I was allowed to watch on TV because actually my parents never gave a shit what I watched so long as I knew that that none of it was real.
Yeah. Now my father never really cared about what I was watching, but my mother, she was like. Fun fact, did you know that I was not allowed to watch Big Time Rush because she didn't like how Gustavo was always screaming?
Uh-huh.
Christ.
But as a result of me like sheltering myself from watching like a whole lot of shows that I just missed out on, I didn't get to watch a whole lot of Simpsons because I thought I wasn't allowed to because it was too adult for me. You know, according to one of my babysitters, who actually sheltered me.
Yeah, no, I can understand it.
This was the same.
Although Simpsons is royally tame compared to Family Guy.
Yep.
I mean, here's what you need to know. The Simpsons brands itself as a adult cartoon, but if I go downstairs and look through like some of my DVD boxes, or some of our DVD boxes, the age rating I think is 6 and up.
That's weird.
That could also be due to how we don't fuck around in Europe.
Don't fuck around.
There are certain subjects that we just don't care about if it gets exposed to kids. And to be honest, I do feel like it's good that we're not trying to hide stuff like, the very nature of human reproduction. I'm not saying that that's something that people need to know exactly when they become sentient.
Even though kids learn that through school themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like Eminem said. They got the Discovery Channel, don't they?
Great lyric, as always, from M. Yeah. You know what the funny thing is about not being allowed to watch Family Guy? Some of the other kids that this babysitter was also taking care of were like 1 to 2 years younger than me, and they were allowed to watch it, but I wasn't, and I was older than them.
Right.
That's hypocritical shit.
I mean,
they thought
maybe you just
they thought I was too stupid to they thought I was too stupid to, and like too like infantile to like even tell the difference, to even like they thought I was too sensitive for it, and
right. I mean, I guess you just got some bad luck with your babysitter then.
I had bad luck with a lot of babysitters when I was a kid, so I kind of always resented them for it. But that was
yeah.
But that was back then. I'm a changed man now, and I can watch whatever the fuck I want with no repercussions.
Yeah. No, part of me does feel like I was pretty fortunate myself with my upbringing, because I didn't really have to rely on babysitters that much. A lot of the times it was either my grandparents always willing to like offer a hand. Like when I was with my father, his work was always pretty close to either one of my grandparents, so if he had to, have a work for a pretty long evening, he could just call them up and they were there in no time. I don't think I ever really had a dedicated sitter, at least with my father. My mother, she would get some sitters.
This is why I absolutely adore the remote detonator, especially combined with quad damage. You can just like absolutely whiff with the rocket and then just detonate it with a single button, and it'll still kill them.
Yeah.
It's so good. So fucking good.
Murder is fun.
No, like for real, they did a fantastic job with the weapon modifications in this game.
Oh.
It was either that. Okay, with that joke, I was either going along the lines of it's either that joke or the SpongeBob joke and the prank one where they go, "They're floating in midair. How did they do that?" when they spray painted with invisible spray on the park bench.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, it's still better than what I encountered when I was playing Revenge of the Mage for split screen samples, where there were a bunch of enemies just straight up like climbing on each other. They were forming a ladder.
Nice plug.
There was a vertical line of enemies.
Also, nice plug there, Edgy. Go watch our split screen sample of that if you haven't already.
Yeah. We got some more split screen samples in the work. I think.
Coming soon.
We do.
Coming soon to a YouTube channel near you.
Well, no, it's the same YouTube channel.
Who gives a shit?
It's not the same time. It is the same channel. Well, technically, you know, considering that in the future you can watch any video of us at any time, it is at the same time. But if you try and watch multiple videos at the same time, that will get kind of confusing.
We upload these every like noon, so noon PTSD. PST, sorry.
You're about to give me PTSD. Nah, just kidding. I already got it.
I mean, we all kind of got it, to be fair. In some way, shape, or form. But that's another story entirely. This is the end of the episode. Not really. I mean, it is, but we're still talking. Yeah. Shut up, Nate.
Yeah, but basically the feature of split screen samples, it basically depends on, you know, how many review copies do we get. Why is that Peter Griffin as the Punisher?
No, that's Peter Griffin as one of the one of the school shooters from Columbine.
Lovely. I'll just stick to... Okay, so then should I stick with Peter Griffin with a whip or Peter Griffin in church?
I don't think you should stick with Peter Griffin at all. Any circumstance.
Yeah, we shouldn't be making jokes like that. Otherwise, we don't get review copies anymore.
No.